This is Rip.
JP, whatever. This is Dan.
And we're doing a little conversation. We're going to be talking about the tape, what we've been on recently, and kind of just fill you in what we got up next. So, yeah, we got JP. He's going to be our kind of mediator, but let's get it.
Account in the negative. Where did I leave off? Oh, yeah, so it started as one tape, and it was like this long tape, and I showed it to Rip, and Rip gave his opinions on it. It was so long ago, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was honest, but it just didn't feel like this one. And I think the reason why was because it was beats from here. It wasn't really made, it was put together. And I think it was meant to be made. So I think restarting and pulling from other different sources, other tapes, from the songs that O2 didn't use, and just kind of getting back with Rip and like going from there, getting in the lab. You want to talk about how like...
Yeah, I was going to say, or my bad, but I was going to say, yeah, I feel like pieces kind of start like falling, or pieces started to fall together kind of, in terms of like, yeah, we had tracks from a minute ago. Some of these tracks are from, I was looking yesterday, some of these tracks are technically longer than a year ago, which is crazy. Yeah. And then some of these songs we recorded like a month ago.
Right, yeah, right.
But yeah, pieces fell together for sure, I'd say.
Okay. It's always nice to hear the journey of how something come together, something, especially something like this. Like, this is a fantastic album. Now, would you say, I'm not gonna ask it like that. What are the similarities and differences between this one and Dan? And what stuck out to you in Dan, what stuck out to you in this, and did you carry anything over type shit?
So the differences between this tape, Dan, and the other tape, for one, I made this one with Rip. I made the first one with Coop. That's the first different.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So, and also different times of my life. I feel like just self-discovery in the first one, on top of learning how to deal with certain emotions.
Yeah.
And that could have went with, there was nights, I don't even know if Rip remembers this, but Rip was part of that process deeper than music, where you would come over to the links and we would be chilling at like 3 a.m. Remember, you would pull up, and just the conversations we would have are just like that. Even those moments lead up to now. Like those are moments that you forget, but it's like the frustration you probably saw, like me being like, man, I want this next one thing to be like Kanye, and you're like, what does that mean? Like, I feel you, but what does that mean? And I'm like, I wanted some shit that had meaning to it. I wanted some shit people can listen. I didn't want to rap about drugs, and like I wanted to be able to be deep within myself and be able to express it, but just not all the bad. Like, I feel like music is very powerful, and it's like what you put out, you get back. So I feel like me putting out that Dan, I was kind of like flinching for karma, because it was like, man, that's the reason why this was probably even made, was because I'm talking in a storm now. I got this pen, bro.
No, you're straight.
Who wants some of this talk juice,
I was gonna say back to that of like how it's different. I feel like how you just said, Dan, it's like a lot darker toned, I'd say, in terms of like, there's some like depressive themes, and there's not like glimpses of joy, really, if you want to talk about it emotion wise. But and in this tape, well, yes, it has darker tones. I think it has more variety in terms of whether that's like how each song sounds from the beat to lyrics, or if that's just like just like the whole theme of it, really. This tape, similar to the last tape, there's a lot of like conversations like going in and out of it, which gives you kind of like a world to get lost in, I guess. Or like, for example, like you might hear some random audio clip that's, whether it's from like one of us, like our friends from a movie or something like that, and that gives the listener, like right when you turn it on, like an idea of like, well, what's this dialogue from? How's that relate to the music? Whether it actually does or not, that's up for the listener to decide. But I think giving pieces like that, and how we tailor this tape, a lot of different people can tap into it, because we have a bunch of different flavors, kind of. So
Yeah, I fuck with that. So would you say, storytelling wise and thematically, is it easy to come by, or is this something that y'all like, it takes a little bit of time to really get the story where you want it?
Depending on like the listener?
No, like you. Like,
like
when
how
you,
it was
when you
made.
coming together, when you put it together.
This one was easy. It was a lot easier than the first one because I had people like Gannon and people like Rip and people like all my friends. Like I don't want to have to keep naming because I don't want anyone to feel left out. But them helping actualize all of this stuff was the blessing of it all. It was like it was what made it meaningful. Was like the first time I felt like I stressed not having people to be able to trust my ideas or be able to want to even get involved or egos get involved. It's competitive. So being able to have people around me who actually fuck with me, no matter what I might say or what I might do, is and vice versa. Just like I fuck with the people that I'm working with. So it's like that's really what's the difference between this one and the first one. When it comes to just like, what were you asking?
I'm sorry. No, it was the storytelling element of it. Like when it comes to making any track, it don't even got to be Dan. It don't got to be anything. Just when you're making your albums and you're trying to focus on that story, like telling the story in a way, or like you said, getting lost in the world. How exactly do you come about that? Like, is it something that comes naturally? Like you already know, like,
damn, I see what you're saying. Yeah. This one came a lot more natural, and that's what I was kind of trying to explain with like, it was all natural, meaning by like who was involved. Like I didn't force any of this. I didn't nag Gannon. I probably nagged Rip a little bit, but like I didn't have to like really like force anything. Like people trusted me, and I trust the people that I was working with. So it was natural. So it was like the story kind of just built. Like the story is what's going on. There's not really okay. That's another difference. Dan was a created story based off of a false reality or a created reality. This was more of what I was going through as well as what my friends was going through. That's why I have conversations with you in it. Rip threw his own little juice on it. I'm not gonna say what I usually say at the end of that, but fuck it. We're gonna keep going. But that's what I'm saying. It's just a peaceful, like everyone's welcome, like type vibe.
Yeah, I think just like the environment that we recorded in, like I said, some tracks were from like a year and a half ago, some tracks were from like a month ago. Mm-hmm. And so that last month, like we recorded kind of a track or two, or like Jalen record one, and that like kind of sparks, okay, we're getting closer. Yeah. And then next thing you know, like every day after work, and I was getting off at like 11, like Jalen was driving to my place in Norman, and like there was like a span of like 2 weeks where almost every day after work I feel like we were recording and coming up with new ideas. Yeah. And he would link with people, get conversations like whether they know it or not, low-key, but just kind of sampling people and things to where we can put it in our music to give it some more like human feel basically. But my main point is just that like it came together organically, and the environment we were doing it in was like sometimes discipline, like all right, let's get stuff done, sometime from a long time ago. But all in all, how we got features and how everything came together was really organic. Because at the start, I was like, we got pieces and stuff, but like I'm not really getting comfortable enough to be like, this is like cohesive. But like every time we would work, it would kind of get to the point where it's like, okay, it's turning up. Like, so that was nice. And once we got what was your OG question? I might just let you go.
Just the storytelling element. How do you build it? Like what's the way that you go about building your own story?
No, facts. So that's mainly Jay. When I make beats, I kind of just make stuff, and like whether what I'm inspired by, definitely like instinctively I'll make, or I'll try to, or like I said, I won't realize it or whatever. But like that's mainly Jay kind of like theorizing what the feel and stuff of the tape. But with that being said, me and Jay have always kind of gotten along with like taste, vision, stuff like that. So it's always been a natural thing of like I just cook shit up, whether it even relates to what he's been making recently. Like he kind of always finds a way to like make some and then also fit it into what we have been working on. So
y'all are definitely a fucking dynamic duo without question. Y'all know how to put that shit together, bro.
Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. Yeah, no, that's better than Blake Griffin. I just roasted him a little bit. Had to get that in the interview.
But with that, like when you do cook up, is it? I know you said it's just whatever you're inspired by, or if you're just doing it, whatever. But like, do you ever cook up a beat for yourself, or you just be cooking up knowing somebody gonna hop on that motherfucker and kill it?
I mean, I've always really like just like been a huge fan of music, and like the idea of like just like calling them beats is like the idea of the production, I guess. So I've always been like invested in that. There's like a detailed it will happen kind of sporadically, whether I'm watching a movie and I'm like, oh, I could sample that, or if I hear a song or something like that. So, but sometimes I'll have things in mind, but oftentimes it doesn't work well. Like if someone were to come to hit me up and be like, I'm trying to get some beats sounding like this, like I'll do my best, but like kind of whatever happens happens. I always go into beats like with a sample or a drum break or idea, and I'm like, okay, this is how it's sounding. By the end of it, it usually sounds completely different, where I change it completely. But
do you feel that too when you write, like, or even if you just go in there and spit? Does it feel more natural when you just go in there and spit, or if you try to write something and then you holding on to that thing and you like, damn, when am I gonna drop this? Like, do I really want to rap this? Like, or no, not me, like, not like that. But when you edit your shit, do it turn it differently than what you wanted it originally?
Okay, no, that's fire. All right, so usually there would be times where I'll make something to a beat. Rip will play me a beat, and I will literally be like, okay, let's try and see if this verse can fit on this beat. And that's what happens. That's like the craziness of like the writing shit. But if that doesn't happen, it's usually hard to write unless you got something going on, or like you have anything to talk about. Like, you could talk about your life. You could be like, you don't have anything to talk about, just rap about your life. But like a lot of people just have like consistent lives, so it's like it gets to a point where it's like
saying the same shit.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really know like how you can get to a point where things happen. Maybe you just like travel, or like just explore, be more curious. Find things will happen to you as you explore and as you seek what you find what you seek, or you seek what you find. So it's like I forgot what even topic.
I was about to say I feel like definitely, or what I've noticed with Jay is like how he will, or how he'll write at least, is definitely like what you're saying. It's like what you're experiencing. And if you listen to his lyrics, you can tell it's all frequent events. It's all kind of encoded, like if you're listening, you can put it together. But or it can blow by you and sound like he's not saying much or something. It's like a nonchalantness, but also like it's like a nonchalantness, but like each word is packed with context and meaning and coordination with the other stuff he talks about.
Yeah, that's that Earl stuff, Mike stuff. We Earl, Mike fans, Alchemist fans, JPEG fans. Rip put me on. They're just big on saying less is more, and that's what I'm a fan of. And I feel like
you do it in a good way. Less is more is like can be a bad thing, or less is more is usually the move.
Yeah.
But knowing how to do the less is more is also an art, I'd say. Or coming off as nonchalant and still being like thorough and like with depth, with like creative expression, I guess is what I'm saying.
So what's the name of the tape?
Okay, so the name of the tape is Awkward Age. And as I was just saying, I don't know if you peeped, but I think Lo said it in one of the clips, the audio clips we have of him, where we were talking about how this age we're in is an awkward age because it's like we're grown but we're not grown. So it's like we compare ourselves to people that are 25 and not know it. You see someone that's 25 years old that has a good amount of years on you, and you're like sizing them up like, damn, this nigga's like, not like, I don't know, hater shit, but more of like, I need to step my game up. But it's like, you're dumb to the fact that this guy has 4 years on you.
Yeah.
But you can't see it because we're in this awkward age of just like combinedness. And I guess that can kind of go on, no, it can't go on for a lifetime, because I know an old person when I see one.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess that's like that's the title.
Yeah, no, I feel like, but that's like a great embodiment of kind of like some of like just the stuff we're talking, or he's talking about on the tape and what we've like worked towards. And yeah, no, I just feel that 100%. We're both and we're all kind of in an awkward age where it's like we're not grown, but we're definitely not young anymore. So yeah.
That's tight. Where did you get the album cover from? Or what is the album cover?
Alright, so I'm not even gonna lie, bro, because I got the homies watching this shit. So the homie Davis, because Davis is the one that pointed it out to me. I found the cover and I was gonna make it a collab tape with one of the homies, but you know, people were doing so much that it never came to fruition. See, I just be making shit up, bro. I just be saying shit. I don't know how, but y'all like this nigga. But anyways, yeah. So I found out what it was, and it was Foo Dogs, and I was like, this is perfect. I was like, it's putting itself together. Like, not only were the homies, the people that I hang out with, the new people that I met. I have bars. That's awesome. I have bars within the song that I made a long time ago that are applying to my life now, which is insane. Like, this tape is deeper than just like music to me personally. People don't believe in certain fairy tales or whatever, but this tape has a lot of coincidences. There's a lot of interactions that happened while making this tape that had a lot of coincidences that we could debate on all day. But I wanted to talk about before I pass it to Rip. I wanted to speak on. I just had it. I said a line in the song that was like getting familiar faces or something to get closer to my purpose or something, and I had no clue what I was talking about. But then I met Gannon, so it's like it was weird, just like how there's a lot of shit within that we have to get a part 2 on this. So I have to go back.
No, you're good. I think then the Foo Dogs part, like, Dan had the Foo Dogs idea, and it was on like a SoundCloud playlist for a minute, and then we kind of over time like find out more information about what they are, and as we're making more songs too, it's kind of falling into place. So that's always but like there's always weird coincidences as we're working that kind of like we're talking about something that might foreshadow the type of songs or stuff we talk about.
On its own, because I'm like.
So the Foo Dogs.
I guess I didn't really explain what they are, but you play some. Okay, so I'm gonna give respect. They're Chinese culture, they're Japanese culture, Asian culture. So it's like they put them in. But a lot of people within our culture use them as well, like within businesses and stuff. It's one line.
It's also my mom's crib.
Yeah, exactly. Rip has some, so that's another coincidence.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So you put them in front of your houses, and they guard you from like evil spirits or bad energies or whatever you want to say it, and that's why they look angry. It's because it's like they're meant to scare, but they're also like meant to be loving, and also
it's like a guarding force.
Yeah, it's like a guarding force. It's like guarding dogs, but like within like the spiritual realm, if you want to. Also, I don't want to cut you off, but also they fuck it, what's going on?
Well, that's tight. The album cover's fire. So what do y'all have any videos or anything for any of the songs that's on the tape?
So Time Zones, which is out right now, is we should put like a little subtitle. It's not out right now. I'll be honest. But what was I to say?
Time Zones, Gannon, link up.
Yeah, Gannon, the homie Gannon hooked me up, which is his first video, believe it or not. He went crazy. It was a night with the homies. It was kind of just like it put itself together. Like I kind of there was that gas station we were at. I had that idea for Moon actually, but I never used it for this reason. It was gonna be better with this, and we just kicked there, have fun. We got some clips of it. I think it might. I don't know if they're gonna play on this or if they might be on something else. But we were on the highway. Los had his car. We were driving. We were just. Yeah. It was just a fun moment.
Gannon was shooting out of my car.
Yeah. It was just a moment that we just got to glimpse. Like.
Yeah. Uloc's killed it on there too. Go ahead and shout all the features as well. I think so. We got like Uloc's, which is on Time Zones in that video. He didn't make the video. Have you even sent that to him yet?
Yeah, I sent him the video. I had to. He was like, bro, how did you edit that and make that fast? I was like, bro, it wasn't me, bro.
That's
I had to be honest.
Who said that?
It's the homie Uloc's, the one that's on the song.
Yeah, no, and Uloc's he always does.
I was like, that's his first video.
We have 2 Uloc's features. Gotta mix that one. On the tape. We got Dose featuring twice.
This guy is crazy.
Yeah, no,
bro, I swear that shit is beautiful.
Yeah,
that shit is beautiful, bro.
No, that is nice, but I'll miss you. But yeah, no, we got Uloc's twice, Dose twice.
Shout out Dose, that nigga's hard.
Shout out Dose.
Yeah, Dose is fire. I appreciate you, bro.
Now I'm tripping. Who else we got? We got Sean.
Sean's fire. He gave me a fire verse. Super fire verse.
I feel bad for forgetting some.
There's no way.
No, I think that's it.
Let me think hard.
Like I said, we forget. We've had so many tracks that we pull and
yeah,
take.
dude, and there's so many tracks that didn't make it, bro.
Yeah,
so it's like.
I'm pretty sure that's it, though.
But I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah,
also,
shouts
bro.
Out features. Shouts out Gannon for video, Time Zones, fire. What's up?
This is like I wanted to make sure I said this. We can cut this off, but should I even say it?
What?
Yeah, say it, nigga. You already wanted to.
Yeah, so yeah, bro, I had some potential features that I could have did. Hopefully we can work later, you know. But yeah, I mean, you don't know that. I'm not gonna say what I was.
Yeah. No, we had definitely like just like some we were really for sure on some features sometimes, and then due to kind of just audio stuff too, whether that be because that was a whole nother deal. Jalen recorded a lot of this on his laptop on like GarageBand.
Really?
And I did a lot on, and then 2 or 3 of the songs were at my crib, and I don't have like the best setup, but definitely better than Jalen's in terms of like Jalen's just kind of like gets ideas going. And so I was transferring everything to my laptop, and with that being said, whether it's the right BPM or not, blah blah, a couple of things got messed up, but we made the decisions we thought we had to make to get it sounding best. But
real. What type of software do you use when you do this shit?
I think Ableton's top tier. Any software is just as good as another one, to be real. It's just how you use it and what workflow is like you. But yeah, basically, I use Ableton. I think it's the move. A lot of guys know to use FL, but like I said, GarageBand, and he's mainly just recording and stuff. You can get anything done anywhere. Ableton team.
It's the Ableton team.
So what's y'all favorite tracks off the album?
So my favorite track off the album is S'mores. I fuck with Time Zones. Time Zones is easy to digest. I just played for my sister earlier. She was like, it's very slow. She's like, it's like you're talking to me. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's what I wanted to be.
I feel like that's what that's the most successful, like you said.
Yeah, I don't want to overload you with that. Moon overload you. Or overloaded the fuck out of you.
Moon was fire.
Moon
I like Moon too.
Moon was crazy.
I love Moon.
Was crazy.
But yeah, my favorite tracks. I would probably say, I haven't even thought about it. Time Zone's got to be up there, because I feel like that's one of the most kind of like complete ones and like builds the world kind of. I like Time Zones.
You gotta really think, huh?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think.
Okay,
the first track's insane. Shaky with Dose.
Okay, yes. The Shaky and Stop Complaining are probably my favorites.
Stop Complaining is nice.
Not my favorite. It's hard, bro. This is a tape where it's like
Read a Room's. Or no, I know. Alone is my favorite actually. Alone, I like Alone a lot. And me and Jalen. Yeah, actually, he said 5%.
Yeah, 5%.
Shannon says 5%. Like because if you listen.
I threw it back.
Wait, so you heard it?
Yeah, bro.
The one with Ulak.
Yeah,
bro. I'm saying.
Ulak's his favorite song.
I know, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
but see, that one almost didn't make it. Or we were gonna do like a deluxe or whatever, but nah. I'm literally mixing that tonight.
Bro, hell yeah. I need that one. So what does the album feel like to y'all, and what do you think the perception from other people that you played it for, or what is the perception from other people that you played it for?
Okay. So I feel like this is something you play when you're by yourself at night, or just anywhere in general, where you feel like, okay, there's a lot of songs titled Alone, or I have songs titled Alone, and it's like the evolved version of the first one. The first one, if you really listen to it, it sounds very lonely. This one is more like of a comfort. Like if you were, let's say you're an all-nighter like me and you stay up until 3, 4 a.m. It's like you play this track. Like depending on what kind of person you are, you hearing my grandma's soothing voice or my mom's voice or the homie's voice, it might make you feel like they're there. So it's like, and it's just all types of stuff like that. So that's what I really feel like. And I also feel like this is a good luck charm. And I'm manifesting that people who listen to this, your vibration will rise off of this, based off of what is being talked about, whether you want to or not. So it's just how it is.
You're telling the truth.
Yeah, no, I think, like definitely I agree with, because me and Jalen are both similar, we stay up really late, and so like listening to music at night's my favorite, and I feel like we connect to it the most by yourself. So I think this album, like in order, especially with all the conversations, like or dialogue in it, random stuff like that. There's a little bit of like, I don't want to say narration, but kind of narration. Like every song has interlude-ish.
Yeah.
Like
it holds your hand through it.
Yeah, and so that's like you get done with maybe like say if songs are more soft or like vulnerable, and then maybe it'll be a clip that like kind of touches on that, and or send it to the next chapter. But I think people will perceive it. Who knows? Honestly, I think it's very abstract to the average. Like, if you're not really about music, like in terms of like, no, I just listen to music. I listen to whatever playlist. But if you're a fan of music and you like search for music and want to listen to different things, like I think you'd hear it and be like, dang, like there's a lot of stuff going on here that you can tap into. I think it shows variety too. But yeah,
that puts in the quality of what the fuck y'all did. Like, a lot of people want to reach that pinnacle of being able to create, no matter what art or no matter what you do, to where it's like, I can do everything and somebody's gonna fuck with it. And that's exactly what this album does perfectly. Like, there's something for everybody. Everybody can digest it. And then there's also the messages, like they said, he kind of speak in code sometimes, and he may not say something directly how it's supposed to be said, but it can be interpreted in multiple ways, all off of one little line. And that's the ambiguity of that is very, very, very good. That's what makes this album really top tier compared to mine.
Hell yeah. No, I love to see, like, and you give a little like flavor of just like, see, I've played songs for people, but I haven't played like the entirety of any of it to anyone.
Okay.
But I've give little hints and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's also like, I don't know. See, that's another thing. It depends how you digest music. If you're the type of like an album just came out, I'm gonna listen to the whole album. Then you'll get it's like a thought piece. Whereas like how that's why you always see the stars on 1 and 2 on like people only listen to like
certain
either the
songs.
popular one or the first two, and they decide if the album's good or not. And I treat music like I would hope that the listeners, and I'm gonna write my own Instagram and caption about it like, yo, listen in order. Like no way you can all I'm saying is no way you can even decide like what your music is like, or its whole depth in one listen. So I'd hope people listen through a couple times.
Absolutely.
See what it's
That's
about.
real.
That's how I am.
Yeah, every time me
working together.
I'm trying to cut you off.
What's up?
Every time me, Rit, and Gannon get together, like it's on some like it's gonna like of course we're gonna expand, but we're gonna make it. This is where it started. This is where I'm really gonna be. I play my mom and shit. Like this is like me really introducing myself. That's why I made sure everything I said I went by it. I lived by it, and I'm sure just like. I don't know. Just like, this is the homies. In-house.
People we know.
Very
the connections we want. Like we're not doing anything for streams. We're not doing anything to appear a certain way. Just work with like-minded individuals. That's what I'd say.
Fire.
Yeah, we want to collab. No cap. Watch the DMs and say you crazy. Niggas want to collab, bro. But the reason why I kept pointing at the sky, y'all missed it. That shit like a starburst.
I know
bro.
it is. I hadn't been looking. I'm looking this way the whole time.
It's like pink starburst. But yeah, I feel like that's fire, bro. It's like we're like all like kind of sweaty and exhausted. We're like, man, I don't know how that turned out. And then it sends the film back, and you're like, oh shit.
Getting the draft each time was definitely awesome. Like whether that's also me sending stuff to Jay, like the tape ideas and whole songs have been finished and we've added a little bit. But like sending a mix, and then Jay will be like, no, that sounds good, and then I'll like really spend some time on it or just do my own work and get better. That's also another thing. Got better with each track, I feel like. And so I'll send out one mix, he's like, this is tough, or whatever, and I send a better one, he's like, no, this one's crazy, or whatever. So just to myself, like, and then getting videos from Gannon, each stage of it.
Growth,
kept us going.
Growth,
yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, they definitely had some crazy growth with this one. I can say that, and it's beautiful to see because when me and him spoke, he talked about how his previous album was more low vibrational, and this one is more high vibrational. It's to bring about that the goodness of life and the goodness of his life and the goodness that's coming. And this is exactly what the album did. This album really set the foundation for what's to come. Cause like Dan, I personally believe Dan is one of the greatest albums to ever drop.
Hey, that's fire.
I love to hear that.
Tell them about your what you basically were talking about on the track you're on.
Just the servitude shit. Like we grew up in a generation of previous generations before us that grew up with this idea that we all had to do something to be successful, to even just to make it to month by month. And like our generation really completely shut that shit down. Like we ain't on that shit no more. We bringing art back to this world. Right. Ain't no more working for somebody. Ain't no more being robots enslaved by a force that is no different than us. Like we we are gods in ourselves. God is in us, so we are gods. Listen to this fucking album.
Yeah, listen.
Your life will change if you listen to this album.
All the way through, or at least in order, is all I'm saying.
Or backwards.
Or backwards.
Yeah, I haven't even
There's
done
no
that
rules
yet.
for this shit.
Yeah,
But-
watch. You can play it. You can play it to your parents. You play it. It's not. I mean,
Play it
I'm
to-
not as vulgar. I'm not saying no foul shit. I'm not trying to get clout. So it's like a lot of it is like, it may be boring to some people what I'm talking about.
Play it for your parents.
Yeah, play it for your parents.
Play for your parents.
Tell them this is what I listen to, even if you don't. See what they say. Send it to me. Send me their reaction.
That's the word.
Yeah.
We'll give you an NFT.
NFT. Daniel NFT. Daniel NFT coming soon.
No
That's
God.
my word. Alright, bet. Me, Jay, Dan. Let's run.
Just like that out in school. Go first to hard type shit.
Too political.
Bro, I want to keep the aesthetic of like being
everything
quiet.
but a lighter, that's fine.
Bro, after this shit is dropped, bro, like after the deluxe is dropped, I'm going in my head. Like, so we start talking about movies, bro. And now everybody in the room is like tapped in, bro. And it's like 10 people deep in the room. But when we move around in groups, it's like God walked in. That's just something really big. Walking in like God is here. Walking in there like God is here.